Yeah, so we got to talk about this. All right, there's a situation where these quote unquote race obsessed children of America crash out over white men about Trump. All right, and it's really strange and it's really weird, and it kind of takes me back to the whole JD Vance situation of JD Vance on the Joe Rogan podcast, quote unquote, saying that middle and upper class, quote unquote, white families have this issue with children, quote unquote, becoming trans so that they can, quote unquote, fit the DEI check boxes. We thoroughly debunked that and showed how white people can qualify for the, quote unquote, DEI check boxes. And interestingly, when it comes to this article here, a lot of DEI qualifying white people crash out on white men over Trump. Now, the interesting thing about this is that the mainstream media does not address it in this way. The way that they address it is there was just some innocent chads that were the victim of these racist, quote unquote, verbal attacks. But when you take their logic and apply it to the same way that it's applied when it comes to us, they say that the N-word, quote unquote, is not racist because black people, quote unquote, use it amongst each other, right? So things that are, quote unquote, used amongst each other by their definition is clearly not racist. So if you got a bunch of unhinged white liberal women going in on the right swipe guys, I don't understand by their logic how that can be racist. It doesn't make any sense to me, but according to them, you know what I'm saying, any opportunity to use that R word, they're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? What does Salty Cracker say? Racists. You know what I'm saying? So now we're dealing with a bunch of, I guess, racists. You know what I'm saying? So let's check this out. Accused sexist Don Lemon berates Trump voter as leftists hurl racist insults. All right, so they wrote this under the headline here as if it was Don Lemon. Right? As if it was Don Lemon who called somebody a, quote unquote, another white male moron. But that's not what happened, as you'll see later on here. All right. Don Lemon, the former CNN anchor ousted over alleged misogynistic behavior, seems to have found a new pastime concerning some of Trump's supporters on the street in hopes of going viral on social media. On Friday, Lemon posted a heavily edited, now viral interview with a visibly nervous North Carolina man who understandably struggled to articulate his support for President Donald Trump in front of a camera. Well, maybe it was because he didn't have a teleprompter. But according to them, it was understandable, you know, I guess. I don't know how it can be understandable for somebody who is, quote unquote, of an alleged genetic high IQ to have any type of flaws with any type of communication. There should be no mercy for that. But in this case, I guess it's understandable. Sure, according to the article, right? The video, which Don Lemon captioned, quote unquote, the toughest conversation yet, and is part of the podcast Don Lemon Show, has drawn over 4.7 million views on his X page, with some, quote unquote, leftist users baselessly accusing the man of opposing Kamala Harris due to, quote unquote, race and gender. All right. Now, this is interesting, right? Because we're going to see who these, quote unquote, leftists people are. All right. Lemon began the video by asking the unnamed white male if he had voted and then quickly pressured him to explain why he backed Trump. All right. It's really tough, the man responds after Lemon badgered him to specify policies he liked. It might be easier to come up with reasons why I wouldn't vote for Kamala. Lemon disrupted the answer to correct the man's pronunciation of the vice president's name, Kamala, right? Which, you know, if you don't say every single word the way they like it said, they immediately say that it's Ebonics while saying that Hawk Tuah is an intelligent, articulate woman. As long as we have that established. Come again, the man asked, seemingly thrown off by Lemon's elitist behavior. So I guess that's elitist. Me personally, if you know anything about Don Lemon, if I was this guy here, one thing that I would definitely not do is tell Don Lemon to, quote unquote, come again. You know what I'm saying? He might be looking like this liver damage picture. You know what I'm saying? Kamala, Lemon insisted. All right. The man attempted to continue explaining, I don't think she's necessarily trustworthy. I think democracy is really important. I don't think she is where she is now via the democratic process. Kamala was not voted. Lemon interrupted once again, insisting the pronunciation of Harris's name before delving into a lecture about the Republican Party in January 6th, mirroring his infamous past CNN tirades, all right? He has been indicted on 34 criminal counts, and he's been found liable for graping a woman, right? So is that democratic? Lemon demanded, likely referencing the civil suit filed by E. Jean Carroll against Trump. So lucky for us, they have a tweet right here with the interview in it, and we get to watch Don Lemon flirt with this guy. So let's check it out.
Are you going to vote?
I am.
You are?
I am.
You didn't vote already?
No, not yet.
You're in a true swing state. Which way is it going to go?
It's going to have to go with Donald J. Trump.
Which is red.
That's right.
Why do you say that?
Let me think on it. Just propaganda mainly.
What do you mean?
Just all of the propaganda has me leaning towards Trump.
I know, but what do you mean? What propaganda?
Everything external to me, all my sources of information, nothing being original.
I don't know, but I need examples of what you're talking about.
Let's see. Man, it's really tough. It might be easier to come up with reasons why I wouldn't vote for Kamala.
Kamala.
Come again? Kamala.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she's necessarily trustworthy. I think democracy is really important. I don't think that she is where she is now via democratic processes.
You're saying because of the democratic process.
And I was joking on the propaganda, but yeah, the democratic process is important. Like Kamala was not voted.
Kamala.
Okay.
I would say the Republican Party chose their candidate, and that's the candidate they chose. So let's see what happens.
Are we for oligarchy or are we for democracy?
Well, we're for democracy, and people on the left would say the same thing about Donald Trump, that he's not for democracy because he says he wants to be a dictator on the first day.
Yes.
I don't know, man. This is just my take on this. This interview is very strange and uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? It's very uncomfortable.
And I want to be.
He tried to overthrow the election, and he begged for votes, which was illegal. And he has been indicted on 34 criminal counts, and he's been found liable for raping a woman. So is that democratic?
He's been it's been alleged, right?
No, he's found liable.
Found guilty.
Yes.
Right. He was found guilty, but I mean, is everyone that's found guilty actually guilty? Isn't that a thing?
All right, so that was a very uncomfortable, awkward, and interesting interview, right? So now here it says Lemon conveniently avoided mentioning the Democratic Party's litany of accusations. President Joe Biden, once the Democratic nominee, was accused of sexual assault by former staffer Tara Reid. Similarly, Harris's husband, Doug Emhoff, admitted to an affair with his family's nanny, who was left pregnant, right? Which is probably one of the reasons that Kamala Harris campaign is pro-abortion, you know what I'm saying? And then was accused of slapping his former girlfriend at a 2012 Cannes Film Festival. Emhoff's alleged sexist behavior at his former law firm has also come to bite him last month. On X, leftist users pounced on the man in Lemon's video, vaguely branding him as racist, right? And sexist. Lemon spokesperson Allison Golist did not respond to Headline USA's request for comments before the publication. Questions were also left unanswered on whether Lemon plans to highlight Biden and Emhoff's scandals and whether Lemon makes money off his viral videos. I'll tell you what, if I ever had a video go viral, I'd make money off of it, so make this go viral. See some of the hysterical criticism and racism. Oh, it's racism. This is the woke right, aimed towards the Trump voter below, all right? So now, we got to do this, right? Because we got to do this the way that they do it, right? We know that Don Lemon, right? He's, quote unquote, been with white men before. How can he be racist? Because it's the sexualization, right? That's what they do. So we got to do it back, right? Linda Stevens here, as you can see, clearly a white woman. She proudly professes, as a white woman, I can translate. He doesn't want to vote for Harris because she is a woman and because she's not white. This is her saying this. Now you can tell how he fidgets. Also, he doesn't like Trump. So my guess is that he doesn't vote. All right. White woman here. All right. There goes Joe, another white woman there. No, he's stupid. He's a stupid, quote unquote, this is her speaking, YouTube manual reviewer, privileged white boy who doesn't want to be informed. Waste of time talking to him. Here goes Jen. Shout out to Jen. This is another, quote unquote, white woman. Another white effing male moron. All right? There's that. All these white women saying this about this white guy, and it's racism. Now, you know, we say the N-word, right? You know what I'm saying? We say it in the rap music and all that. According to them, well, they can say it too, right? And the reason why they can say it is that it's not racist because us who are the same race use these terms amongst each other, right? So if it's mutual amongst white men and white women to trash each other on the basis of them being white, I don't understand how this is racism. I guess it's only racism when you're race obsessed, right? I guess. Somebody help me out with this, right? So now we got this guy, EPC Ramos. EPC Ramos says, Don, you need to ask because she's a woman, because she's black, both. Put them against a wall. We likely underestimate how many people don't choose her because of those two non-policy reasons, all right? So this guy, I don't know, I believe he might be Latino with his last name Ramos. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But he's not black, right? Here goes a white woman. Abortion is healthcare. Wasn't aware of that, but sure. This is Trump's perfect voter and uneducated on who he actually is and what he's actually done and wants to do. Shameful. I don't know about any of that. But one thing that I do know is that's shameful is that these people like JD Vance, you know what I'm saying, fail to take accountability for this intercultural degeneracy. All right. You got these white women trashing this white guy on the basis of skin color. You know what I'm saying? And Headline USA doesn't want to attribute this white on white verbal assault. This is just simply leftists being outraged. Find that fascinating. Find that fascinating. And my question is this racism? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Hopefully the people who come to watch the video to enjoy it. And hopefully if you came here because of the title and you just can't stand what I said, shout out to you. Please thumbs down the video and leave your stupid outraged comment in the comment section so we can clown you into oblivion next live stream. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys hit that bell. Make sure you guys share this video to your social media. I will catch you all on the next video. Peace.